Hey there, so the Pixel 4 and 4 XL were announced about a month ago and released a few weeks ago, and so I have some thoughts. I'm Matthew with Cool Stuff, and these are my thoughts on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Besides the screen size, battery life, screen resolution, and price, these phones are the exact same. No longer are the two models being made by different design teams and have different companies making their screens, which was the case with both the Pixel 2 and 2 XL and the Pixel 3 and 3 XL with its massive notch. Instead, Google has one design group doing the design for both models after a competition to see whose design would win out. This year's larger variant decided to play it safe. Some would say too safe with its 2017 look of a massive forehead and slight chin at the bottom. Personally, yes, the massive notch on the 3XL when first looking at the phone was kind of distracting, but after a while I completely forgot about it. In a world where phone screens are becoming more and more the face of the phone and bezels are becoming less and less, even if that's just by using a notch and a punch hole or even a pop-up camera, the screen of the Pixel 4 lineup looks outdated. However, finally, like the iPhone, the Google phones now look like exact copies of each other, just a smaller and larger variant without a whole lot of difference. Both models have 6 GB of RAM. Thank goodness they added the 2 extra gigabytes. The Pixel 3 XL had an issue with RAM management, which with software updates has gotten better but still sometimes has an issue. Luckily, Google added the 2 extra gigabytes because unlike Apple, they aren't able to get their software and hardware to work perfectly together, so there is no reason for more RAM. Both phones have the Snapdragon 855 chipset. I wish that Google had added the 855 Plus chip, given the fact that it is coming out later than most of its competitors, and most phone companies coming out around this time that are higher and besides Apple are coming out with the phones with the more powerful 855 Plus chip. I do have an issue with the starting internal storage though. For $799, the starting price for the Pixel 4 gets you a 5.7-inch Full HD screen with 64 gigabytes of non-expandable storage. For an extra $100, you can get the Pixel 4 with 128 gigabytes of internal storage without the option of expanding it with a micro SD slot. Even the Pixel 4 XL starts at $899 with 64 gigabytes of internal storage and goes up to 128 for $100 extra. Where companies have phones that can hold 256 and even 512 or 1 terabyte, Google has stopped at 128. To top that off, Google doesn't even allow users of the Pixel 4 and 4 XL to have unlimited original quality raw photos. Freaking Google. That was the one thing that kind of saved it with the Pixel 3 and 3 XL was that unlimited photos for original quality. So design-wise, both phones now have the larger forehead and a slightly larger than desired chin, but they look like the same. Google did away with the dual front-facing speakers, which I loved. I loved the fact that I could hold my phone and not be worried about blocking the speakers. Instead, Google has gone with the dual speaker system of one speaker in the earpiece and one at the bottom of the phone. This does help with reducing the bezel at the bottom of the screen. However, the large 2017 looking forehead is due in part to the array of sensors Google has placed there, not just for one front-facing camera. Yes, I said that, one front-facing camera. Sadly, they did away with the wide-angle second selfie camera for taking those group shots. For someone like me who has shortish arms, this kind of stings because the wide-angle selfie camera helped take those group selfies. But instead, Google has replaced the second camera with 2 face unlock IR cameras, a dot projector, and a flood illuminator for facial recognition that is more secure than most others and rivals that of the iPhone 10, 10s, and 11 lineups. With the top bezel, there is also a Soli chip. This chip allows what Google calls motion sense. This allows the user to use the phone without touching the phone, like waving your hand over the phone to switch tracks, answer phone calls, mute alarms, etc. While this is a pretty cool feature to have, most people have said that it works about 75% of the time. It only takes a couple times of it not working for some people to get annoyed with it not working and just quit using the feature altogether. Hopefully, with more updates, the motion sense will be able to work more accurately. Now, the cameras. Yes, I said cameras with an S. Google has touted for years that it can do what other phones do with 2 or even 3 cameras with just 1 camera and software. That was evident with the amazing photography of the Pixel 3 and 3 XL and even the 2 and 2 XL. But now Google has moved to a 2 camera system. Sadly, Google decided to go with a 2x optical telephoto lens versus an ultra wide lens, as is the trend with most phones these days. Again, Google is going back to 2017. Yes, the photo quality is very good, beating out the likes of the S10 Plus, Note 10 Plus, and OnePlus 7T, but many prefer the photo science of the iPhone 11 Pro. Google decided to copy Apple with their camera bump. The camera module isn't as large or pronounced as the iPhone 11 Pro, but still, why is there a need for a square camera module if there are only 2 cameras other than to copy Apple? On to night mode. Night mode has gotten even better. Night mode on the Pixel 3 and 3 XL was already one of the best, and many phone companies were playing catch up. Google has pushed it up a step and included astrophotography. As cool as this sounds, I see this as one of those sounds cool, but in reality you probably won't be using it unless you are huge into stargazing. Also, you either have to have a super steady hand or have a tripod fixed in order to get the perfect shot when it comes to astrophotography. Personally, I don't just carry around a tripod to hold my phone with me everywhere, but maybe you're that person, who knows. Night mode on the Pixel 3 XL versus the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus was a big difference in my opinion. So knowing that the night mode got even better with the Pixel 4 lineup means it should be really good. No longer does the Pixel phone have a perfectly positioned fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone. Many thought maybe Google would add an in-display fingerprint scanner, but that was not the case. Instead, Google decided to go with a facial unlock similar to Apple's Face ID. This is more secure than most phones' face unlocks such as Samsung, OnePlus, etc. That is because those phones use the selfie camera to just unlock by taking a picture of your face. Google uses a system like Apple's where it uses a dot projection and other sensors to 3D map a picture of your face. No longer does this allow for someone to take a picture of your face and trick your phone. However, the face unlock seems to have an issue where you can unlock the phone with your eyes closed. So you could be sleeping and your significant other could be snooping on your phone just by pulling the phone up to your sleeping face and unlocking the phone. So just be aware in case you have some sensitive stuff on your phone. Other than that, Google's Face ID is secure enough for passwords and payments just like Apple's Face ID. This system works so fast that some people, when pulling the phone just to look at the time or notifications, the phone is already unlocked. The Pixel 4 doesn't need the user to swipe up after it's read your face like the iPhone lineup. I personally like to look at my notifications sometimes without unlocking the phone. Okay, finally the screen. The Pixel 4 has a full HD Plus display and the Pixel 4 XL has a Quad HD Plus display, both at 90Hz and both supporting HDR+. The similar Pixel 4 has a pixel density of 444, while the larger has a pixel density of 537, which will give you a better looking screen. With the 90Hz display, content while scrolling looks super smooth. The issue is that Google uses an adaptive 90Hz display, meaning that while times of heavy use it's 90Hz, but when in idle it bumps down to 60. Sometimes the phone doesn't switch back to 90 when in use. However, this issue can be bypassed in developer options. Just go to settings, then scroll down to about phone and click it. After the scroll down to build number and tap it a few times till you hit the number pad pops up. When that happens, put in your personal PIN number for unlocking the phone, and bam, you become a developer, and now you have developer options. In order to do this, you can go to settings and then system, advanced, and developer options. Then you scroll down to the option of force 90 Hz refresh rate, and now your phone will do 90 Hz constantly. The issue with this is that it drains your battery life a lot. The Pixel 4 lineup already has a small battery compared to its competition. 2,800 milliamps for the Pixel 4 and 3,700 milliamps for the Pixel 4 XL. The XL is definitely the better phone when it comes to battery, so depending on the screen setting you can get better battery life, so just be careful. Overall, the Pixel 4 and 4 XL seem like decent phones. However, depending on your usage, I would say that the Pixel 4 XL is the much better deal. I would say if you're going from a Pixel 3 or 3 XL, then the 4 and 4 XL isn't that much of an upgrade, and to just stick with the 3 and 3 XL. Just like the OnePlus 7T and 17 Pro, there weren't that much of an upgrade from the 7 and 7 Pro, the Pixel 4 and 4 XL are the same. If you are coming from a Pixel 2 or 2 XL, or even earlier, or a different phone completely, then the 4 and 4 XL are nice phones. Thanks for watching. This has been my thoughts and impressions on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I post a video. I try to post a video every other Monday, but sometimes that changes. So until then, peace!